So we can start. Welcome to this uh, special session, right? It's a special course which has been designed and devised for mechanical engineering students. Fine. Okay. The title of this course is English for Writing Skills. This is a certificate course. After completion of the total number of sessions which are assigned for this course and few requirements, you will be awarded a certificate. It will be a physical certificate, it will be a digital certificate you will be awarded, which you can add to your resume, and along with that you will see a 360-degree change in your writing skills. So I'll walk you through the presentation. This is an orientation session for today's, today is we have spared for orientation. So today I'm going to discuss about each and every requirement, each and every points related to this course, how I'll conduct the class, what will be the flow of today, this certificate course. We'll discuss each and every point. Meanwhile, if you have any question or query at any point of time, you can stop me and you can ask me, right? Okay. And these sessions are being recorded, so whenever you wish you can come back to the session and you can refer to it. I'm going to share the links of the sessions very soon, right? Okay, fine. Okay, very quick poll before we start. How many of you have your breakfast? Those who have had your breakfast, please write yes in the chat box. People enjoyed breakfast this morning. Very good, Harshit. Kush, good. Otherwise, okay, yes, very good. What about others? Okay, Nikunj, Virat, great. Some, oh, Prayas. Okay, Prayas has not enjoyed his breakfast. Janil has done. Great. Okay, great. Okay. So most of the people have your breakfast. This was a mic testing. Whether I'm audible or not, whether I'm understandable or not, that was the test. Uh, to this question of breakfast, Anurag, you can have it, during the break time. I'm sorry for that. Right. Okay. So we'll start the presentation, right? There are a few slides and more discussions. I tell you that this is going to be the unique kind of course where there will be 100% participation of yours, right? The more you participate, the more you interact, the more you engage yourself, there will be more learning. So it would be learning by doing type of thing during the sessions, right? And we are going to meet on every Thursday, 9 to 10. That's for sure, right? For entire semester. Now I would like to ask you that whether you need this session or not. How do you rate your writing skills in 1 to 5? 1 is the least, 5 is the best. If I ask you, honestly, if you want to rate yourself with reference to writing skills, right? So how do you rate it? Let's say 3. Okay, very good. 4. Okay, 4, 4. Great, great. 3. Okay. What about the others? Are the others haters? Okay, okay, slowly. This is the first lecture of the day, so it takes time. I understand. Great, fine. Those who have joined using other than Marwadi's email ID, right? They are requested to join with Marwadi's email ID. Fine. So more or less, people are at 3, 4, 3, and 4, right? At level. So this is the thing. Okay. Now, those who have not Given the ratings, should I consider them above 5 or below 3? That's the question. But I am very optimistic. I consider that the people are above ratings. They don't require ratings. They are away from this. Now, I'd like to ask you, this is orientation because entire syllabus, entire discussions, entire modus operandi would be based on today's session, your interactions, right? That's why I'm taking a census, that what exactly we need to do. So how difficult is writing in English, according to you, right? The way you mentioned that, it is 3 and 4. So I want to know that, how it is difficult for you. Is it difficult or very difficult, or what kind of problems do you find? If you can unmute your mic and speak, or if you can type, right? So we can have discussion on that thing, and then we can go ahead. Then I'll just, share with you people that what I have planned for you, right? At every point of time, see, this is a very kind of customized, specialized, course device for you people. So I wish that you should know about the course content, right? And it should be there based on you people, that whatever you wish, it should be there. Whatever you need, it should be there, so that we can have more results, more effectiveness in a way. So I want you people, any of you, what kind of difficulties do you find, while writing?
So
Yes, please.
sometimes it becomes difficult while expressing ourselves. Like there is a situation arising where we find we are lacking in some words. You can say
Okay,
I'm limited up to some vocabulary. You can say.
fine. So generally, if I rephrase your expression, I can say that you generally students, as per you, or specifically you, find difficulty in finding the words because of limited vocabulary. There is a question. Great, I appreciate it. Okay. Gautam has mentioned in the chat box, finding proper thesaurus according to the tone of the sentences. Yes, exactly. So again, Gautam, that falls under the category, under the umbrella of vocabulary. So vocabulary is another thing that is very difficult for everybody. Okay. Uh, Brandon mentions that I am not able to remember correct words at correct time. Exactly. Again, see, this is again comes for vocabulary. Great. So these are the things that we need to touch upon. See, I have considered these things, right? So I'm happy that our wavelengths are matching. So in a way, it would be helpful to you people. Other than that, what other things that you feel that you require, or you find? It's not necessary that you face problem. You have seen, you observed, right? For mechanical branch students, or we can say broadly speaking, engineers. So, what are the things that students face in terms of difficulty while writing? Virat mentions that sentences are in mind but cannot express while writing. Okay. Yash says it's about sentence syntax, right? It's a grammatical structure. Exactly. That is also a very important part. Harshit mentions that suitable tenses are difficulty. That means again that comes under the grammar. So if we divide this to, we can divide all these expressions in two parts, right? Yes, Mohit has mentioned very correctly the grammatical mistakes. Fine. Bhavesh Bhavish, mentions that do not know sometimes grammar mistakes exactly. So I can rephrase all these things, right? I'm waiting for more, expressions, more feedbacks from you people. Whatever difficulties you find, you please mention. Even if you wish, you can write more than one times. It's okay, right? There are two things that comes to your mind. You can mention about it. It's not only one response at a time. Fine, because you are helping yourself. The course will be designed, the course will be delivered as per the requirement. So if I know the requirement very clearly, I'll be able to deliver things very clearly, and you will be able to understand the things clearly, and that will help us to convert the results, right? Anybody else? Fine. So broadly speaking, we can divide or bifurcate or classify these all feedback responses in three parts, right? Okay, by the time I received one more expression from speed, I would write high intermediate level of English, but can't. Okay, great. Okay, so we are going to talk about it, that how we can find, what is the way of writing at a higher intermediate level, or we call it in IELTS we call it 7.5 bands, in TOEFL we call it 100 plus score, or in general we can say that up to C1 level. So I'm going to talk about that thing. I have included that thing also. So broadly, if we classify things, okay, Safe has mentioned the difficult to use proper tenses in sentences, right? Okay, great. So that also we have covered in a way. Okay, anybody apart from this, right? By the time I'll express and I'll talk about what I have, what I rephrase your expressions, your responses, right? We can divide all these things, in three parts or three divisions or three, classification. Number one, that is what we call it grammar, right? So grammatical, grammatical range or different structures, right? Number two, that is mostly difficulty for the students is vocabulary, that proper words, right? They don't find the words, right? Third one is about usage, right? That I don't know that whether to use. Like for example, if I want to go home and the class is going on, so should I ask her for the consent or the permission, right? So there are things that comes to our mind, but we don't know that how to use it properly. For example, I'm not sure. I can use the word dilemma. I can use the word confusion. So where to use dilemma? Where to use confusion? So these are the things that comes for usage. So I'm going to talk about those things, right? So we'll consider that one. So these all these points I have covered in the syllabus. Now, thing is that if we go reverse, right, that if I know that how writing is assessed, in that case, I can write properly. For example, Smith mentioned that I want to write at high intermediate level, but how do I know that for writing at a high intermediate level or writing at that level, what is required? Smith, do you know that how writing is assessed? Because you came up with this word, that means you must have seen, you must have referred to something, you must have come across something. Yes, if you can share your experience, that what do you mean by this intermediate level? To write in the form, words are written in high form. Okay, so things are not clear, I guess. Okay, by the time I want you people to tell me that when you appeared for CoCube exam, right, what was the topic that came for writing? If you remember, please write down in the chat box so we can have some examples, right? I can discuss, I can take those examples and we can talk about it. If you can recall the topic which was given to you for writing, for example, it can be there for uniform, school uniform. So should the students wear uniform or not, right? So if you find such kind of topic, right, if you recall, please type in the chat box at your convenience, right? We'll have discussion on it. By the time we'll have discussion on this, how writing is assessed. See, if you understand this, I can guarantee you that most of the problems, right, will be solved, because you will be knowing that how exactly you want to go. You will get to know about the destination, right? I tell you that 11th and 12th standard, when you were preparing for your science exams, board exams, 12th board, right, that was very easy, right? And I tell you that at that point of time you used to work for 20 hours, right? Those 22 months, 18 to 20 hours of work, still you are happy because you are clear that what you want to do, what exactly will happen, right? So we want to clarify that how writing is assessed, whether it is co-cubes or X or Y or Z, is IELTS or TOEFL or GMAT or GRE, any exam, any board, right? But broadly, if you want to talk about that how writing skill is assessed, right? If you understand that, in that way, it will be very helpful to you people for developing or understanding that, okay, how I can write or how should I write, right? Okay, Anurag has mentioned that it was about leadership qualities a person should have. Okay, great. So if, I request you people that whatever comes to your mind, right? Remember, if you recall the topics, please mention it. By the time we'll discuss about assessment of writing skills, right? So I have mentioned over here 4 points: TA, CC, LR, GRA, right? Okay, easy to express what we want to express exactly. Great. Okay. Now, see, I have taken this sample. This is not my own sample. This is the sample. This is the assessment criteria decided by Cambridge University for IELTS exam. That means there are more than 15 lakhs people across the globe write IELTS exam every year, right? So for to assess them, to assess their writing skills, these are the 4 criteria, right? Okay. Now, what is TA? What is CC? What is LR? What is GRA? Do you have any idea about it? Is anyone who has got idea about this TA, CC, LR, GRA? If you have planned for preparing for your IELTS exam, or if you refer to certain material, you would know about this. Otherwise, I'm going to talk about. Okay, look at this. TA stands for task analysis. That is, it is also called TR. That is task response. Now, whatever you've written, if you can analyze it, right, from this point of view, that whatever is asked, could you write justifying that or not? For example, Anurag has mentioned the topic which was asked in CoCube exam. It was about leadership qualities a person should have. Now, when we talk about leadership qualities a person should have, in that case, what will happen? That while writing that paragraph or essay for around 100 words, right? Could you justify that, okay, whatever you have mentioned that talks about leadership qualities a person should have? If it is so, 25% of your task is done. 25% of assessment is done in a way. Exactly, Gautam. You did it. Congratulations, Gautam. You are the winner of today's session. You will get 1000 blessings from my side, right? Okay. In this COVID-19, no financial transactions, right? Okay. So CC, that stands for coherence and cohesion. Gautam, can you tell me what do you mean by coherence and cohesion if you're not copied anywhere? If you're not copied from anywhere, you must be knowing about this. What do you mean by coherence and cohesion? So I explained about task analysis, task response. It should justify your content should justify the title. That means based on the title, you develop that paragraph. By reading that paragraph, one should know about the title. This is simple logic. LHS, RHS in maths, right? Overall clarity and fluency. Okay, nice attempt, Gautam. I appreciate it. Coherence is logical connectivity. See, when I delivered this session, right, there is a connection that I talk about 1 point, second point, third point, fourth point. So when you write, it should look like that all the content sentences paragraphs are interconnected. It should look like interconnected. It should be in a logical sequence. That is coherence, right? It should not look like the group of islands. Getting? So there is coherence. So it's very simple. See, it is not a rocket science. For example, if you write firstly, secondly, thirdly, that means you have connected all these three paragraphs. I'd like to tell you first, second, further. You connected. to introduce with, further, to conclude with. That means you connect it. So if by using one word, that means three words in your paragraph, and you will be good, you will through this coherence. All right. So that is important in a way. Then we have cohesion, right? Cohesion means conjunctions. Now we have cohesive devices. Which kind of cohesive devices you use, that is important, right? For example, very famous conjunctions are fanboys. When I used to teach in school, right, I could find this fanboys: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, still, right? So these are types of conjunctions, right? We are going to talk about those things, conjunctions, in a very short time. So we'll go for it very soon, right? So because I have included in grammar. Second is this cohesion. I think it's, you people are clear with this, right? Cohesion means the way you use words to switch to your or support your arguments. If I want to tell one thing, then second thing, then you will say this and this, as well as, in addition to, further, right? Along with, however, but, still, though, although, even though, these are all cohesive devices, right? In a way. So these you need to understand, right? Okay. Third point is lexical resources. Lexical resources is, simply we can say vocabulary. See, I tell you that writing skill is majorly, please listen to me with your ears open or your mind open. Writing skill is purely, broadly based on the content you know. For example, if I am good in English, but if somebody tells me that you write a paragraph on how, four-stroke engine works, I won't be able to write anything because I don't know about content. That means if I have the stuff with me, right, I can write about it. That stuff comes from reading. That stuff is vocabulary. That stuff is what that you know about. So writing skill is majorly governed by, right, influenced by the content that you have. Language will help you to convey it. Language will help you to communicate. Language will help you to transport your idea to, from you to somebody else, right? But the content should be there. So I have focused more on that area. I'm going to talk about it. Then grammatical range and accuracy. Now I give you some example. Very simple. Grammatical range means you need to use different types of sentence structures, right? You must have studied synthesis, right, in your 10th standard or 12th standard. Synthesis means, complex, compound, simple sentences, right? I write in the chat box for your reference. Complex, compound, and simple sentences. Fine. Now I just ask you people that, no, for example, there was a day when I was not feeling well, right? There was a one day I was not feeling well. I went to college. I was not well. I went to college. Now tell me, how can you combine these two sentences? Synthesis means joining two sentences. It's by using complex, compound, simple, right? So I want you people to help me. I was not well. I went to college. If I want to combine these two sentences, how can I do that? If you can speak or write in the chat box. I'll give you example how you can score more in co-cubes, how you can score more in IELTS, how you can score, how can you switch to the intermediate level, how can you switch to basic to advanced, right? I'm going to reveal the secret based on your responses. You need to join these two sentences by using anything, right? For example, I was not well. Exactly. Okay. Very good, Jenny. I was not well, though I went to college. Okay. I was not well, though I went to college. Okay. So Jenny and Muradin, they have written the same kind of answer at the same time. That means great minds think alike. Great. Other than this, you tell me, I want different responses. Okay, though response has come, right? Now I want other responses by using other structure. Anurag, okay, I was not well, still I went to college. Excellent. I was not well, then also I went to college. Okay, exactly. Very good, Kush. Can I have more examples? See, you people know everything, but I need to tell you that you need to use this. My job is to just show you the right path. Otherwise, you people have acquired the skills. I need to just help you to sharpen that. That's all. Okay, Gautam has mentioned that I was not well. Then too, I went to college. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Bhavin mentioned the same thing. Okay. There are similar people with similar mindsets. Okay. Can I have one sentence by by using simple sentence? If you can combine these two sentences by using simple sentences. Anybody? I'll wait for one more minute. Just think about it and write. Smith, if you can contribute. Anurag, okay, I was not well, but I went to college. Okay. I want one sentence only. One sentence. I went to college even when I was not well. Okay, it should be even though I was not well. That falls in the category of this. Though, even though, right? I was not well and went to college. Okay. See, both the sentences are of contrast. Generally, when you're not well, you don't go to college. So, and will not be the right response. Gautam. But nice effort. You have contributed more than one times. That's appreciable. Smith, although I was not well, okay. Smith, but you need to consider that when you use although, but cannot be there. Although I was not well, I went to college. You tried hard. I want somebody else. Yes, I was not well then also. Okay. See, Smith, your question will be answered here. Along with everybody will come to know. Right. See, one simple understanding, and that you can switch to the good grades. See, if I if you want to understand that our writing can be graded 1 to 5 in the range of 1 to 5, right? If you write I was not well, but still yet I went to college, right? In that case, you can be given grade right 2. Fine. I am just telling you hypothetically, right? But just understand this. If you mention that, if you mention that, though I was not well, I went to college, right? That would be 3. That would be 3, right? But if you write, in spite of not, in spite of not being well, I went to college. This will give you 5. This will give you 5. Smith, this is higher, upper, mediate writing. Got the point? No, no miracles, nothing more, right? Nothing less. This is what the things are. Is it clear, everybody? What exactly is expected from you people? See, you know very well. You know very well that you know about in spite, despite. You studied this, but thing is that there is one thing required. One thing required, the understanding, the guidance that this is the way you can mention, you can write. Getting? So we will consider this thing, right? Okay, okay. Can we move ahead? If it is clear up to now, please write yes in the chat box so that I can move ahead. Great. Okay. So let's go for the next one. By the time, can you please write down your enrollment numbers for attendance purpose, right? Please write down your enrollment number so that if you miss out in the last phase of the session, there won't be a problem. You should not miss out for attendance, right? So everybody, within 2 minutes time, everybody please write down your enrollment number. Fine, great. Even by the time, if you find that you're not added, you can edit later on. There's no problem. Okay. So now let's come back to the main business. Total number of sessions will be 10 to 12. Fine. There will be pre-test. Number one, I'm going to test your writing skills, right? Then there will be last post-test. Again, there will be writing test, right? And there will be 10 hours of training. Fine. So every training, every session would be of 1 hour. So in a way, it is 10 to 12 hours time. It depends on the length of a semester. For entire semester, it will go, right? If need be, we'll have more sessions on Saturdays or except the academic hours, right? As per your requirement. If you insist, I'll be able to have more than that, right? Okay. The topics covered are functional grammar, vocabulary, and usage. But see, I'm not going to teach you tenses. I'm not going to teach you subject verb agreement. I'm not going, because you have studied earlier. I'm going to talk about usage, right? How to use it, right, in a functional way. Vocabulary will have one session. I'm going to teach you more than 300 words in 1 hour time. More than 300 to 500 words in 1 hour time. I bet, right? And you will enjoy like anything. Okay, usage, the way I mentioned that this about this, in spite of being, instead of going for but, then usage with reference to vocabulary, which words to use at what time, so that you can have more impact. So we'll discuss about it. Flow of the sessions. Every session will be connected, with another one. That means there will be two sessions for one topic, right? For example, I come up with one topic, right? We start with the topic we mention, and then we'll have discussion on the given topic. That we'll have discussion uh, of what can be written for that particular topic. We'll talk about it. Then we'll talk about what are the grammatical structures in that particular used in that particular topic. We'll talk about those things, right? It can be tenses, it can be synthesis, it can be usage, it can be subject of agreement, it can be prepositions, it can be conjunctions, it can be articles. We'll talk about those things. Vocabulary, which kind of words can be used, right? We'll discuss on that, right? We'll discuss about the usage, and then they'll be given assignment that the topic I've talked about, whatever we have talked, you need to write around 150 words. Fine, and you submit to me. Next week, that is section, no, session 1B. Fine, I'll come up with a assessment. Assessment, I told you that there will be 4 criteria: task analysis, right? Coherence and cohesion, grammatical range and accuracy, and number 4 is lexical resources. So based on this 4 criteria, I'll give you marks. Fine, and that would be given there in Google Classroom. Assignments, when you submit, I'll check and give you, right? I'll give you with justification that why I give you 7 marks, why I give you 4 marks, why I give you 6 marks, right? That would be there. So in the next session, we'll discuss about assignments, right? That in common an assignment, when 20 students or 30 students gave and they write, right? So over there, what were the common mistakes? We'll talk about it, so that you can understand, okay, that this should not happen. So there will be analysis plus discussion, right? And then we'll have a conjugation. For example, randomly we'll pick some sentence the way we did over here. I was not well, I went to college. So we'll find out certain sentences from the assignments you have submitted. Fine. And I'll present here for conjugation, that how this sentence can be rephrased so that we can reach to the next level, right? And then whatever doubts or questions you have, we'll have doubt solving, and this way we'll consider. So there will be 5 passages or 5 topics I will cover, right? And you will write 5 writing assignments would be there, right, during this course. Any question right up to now, you can free to ask me, right? Platform we are going to use is, we will use Google Meet for lecture delivery, the same way which I am right now doing, and Google Classroom for assignments. Your assignments, your material, everything. If you want to refer to the sessions, links, everything will be there in Google Classroom, right? Your attendance will be marked, right, and it will be maintained. So if your assignment attendance is more than 80%, you have completed the assignments, right? And that way you are going to get the certificate for sure. And apart from certificate, I can assure you, I can challenge that you will have improvement in writing skills, and that would be markable, right? Asterisk is there, so we know about asterisk conditions apply. What is the condition? Condition is there will be pretest. You need to appear for the pretest. 5 assignments. During this 5 sessions, there will be one assignment. I'm going to talk about it, right? Then blogging. What do you mean by blogging, right? See, this Saturday, most probably, or next Saturday, I'm going to, uh, have one workshop for blogging, right? So I'll help you. I'll tell you that how to create your own blog. This blog will help you in multiple ways. When companies come to your camp, come to the campus for the placement, you can mention that I'm a blogger. Now, thing is that when you write, we will read. So we'll have mechanism in the class where for each blog, at least 10 people should be there who can comment on it. But that comment should be subjective. It should not be good or very good, right? So every student will have 10 posts and 20 what we call it 10 to 20 feedbacks or comments for each post. Getting my point? Along with that, there will be some pages, right, about you, about your achievements, about your study, about this, why we are doing this as exercise, right? And I will tell you that how to write a blog, how to find out the content, right? That would be purely technical one. That would be purely technical one, right? So technical content, how to get the technical content, how to reproduce it, how to post it. There will be 2 hours of full session, how to develop writing skills using blogging, right? I'm going to conduct this workshop and everybody will have benefit of it, right? And then I will be there. Apart from this 10 comments, I'll be the one who will go through your blog post. I will check with the criteria. I'll give my comments over there. Fine. And if you start doing that, I tell you that it is creating a blog is free. But if your blog has got certain post or certain reach, you can have Google AdSense. Fine. That means you can start getting paid for the blogs, right? And you can have a beautiful platform to share, to have your digital identity. Fine. So we'll have discussion more about it, but these are the 4 conditions. Fine. Is everybody clear? If clear, please type clear in the chat box so that I can go ahead. Everyone. Great. Okay. So this sounds good, no? This is not a traditional way of writing, the developing skills. This would be altogether a different type of skill, the certificate course where you will feel that okay, there is definitely a change because every session will have different things. So we'll have subjective discussions on things, right? There will be technical, non-technical, whatever things are there, we'll have things. Okay. So let me go ahead with the next one. So my question is, are you ready to acquire writing skills in English? Right. So it is time to launch to go to the launch pad and start the journey. Fine. So first thing over here is I'm going to share the link of Google Classroom. So everybody, I request you to click on this and join this Google Classroom. So whatever material I want to, for example, if I want to share books, PDFs, videos, I can share those material. You can refer to it. And whatever assignments are there, I'll share the assignments over there. You need to submit there on itself. Fine. So everybody, within 5 minutes time, I request you to click on this link and join the Google Classroom. Great. I can show you that lots of people have joined. Let me share that one. See, 18 students have joined so far. I want everybody to join faster. Everybody, please. There are around 30 students in the 32 students, 30 students there. So I want everybody to join. If you find a difficulty while joining, please let me know. I'm waiting for you people. We want to complete this before we leave, right? Yeah, I'll definitely share the code. This is the code. Everyone, faster. Quickly join the Google Classroom using the link and the code. I'll match with this your attendance, right? 23 students, great. If you find difficulty, please let me know. I'm here to help you. Because your instructions and everything would be here. By tomorrow, I'm going to share the link for your pre-test along with one instruction note in your WhatsApp group. Right? I'll also upload in Google Classroom for your reference, which you need to complete in within 1 week time. So deadline, instructions, everything will be there for your reference. Still, there are 24 students only. The remaining students, kindly join faster. Okay, 25. See here, I'm going to create assignments, quiz, question, material, everything will be here. Topic wise, I'll share here, right? And here, after for each assignments, the grades would be here. So you'll be able to know that it's not only score, but why you got that score. Justification you will get from here. Fine. For example, if I give you 7 out of 10, why 7 out of 10? Right? You will get from here. Okay. So we'll come back to our presentation again. Okay. Up to now, any question? Any question or query up to now? If you have any question, please type that question or ask that question. If no question, please type no in the chat box. So I understand, okay, there's no question. Okay, great. So I'm excited to, deliver this typical, special, unique writing skill course for you people. Fine. I hope that you are equally excited to receive from the other end, right? It's time for the attendance. We have done this attendance. So there is no question about it. Oh, Kevin, you're too early for attendance, right? Great, no problem. I'll consider it. Now, in last 5 minutes time, uh, if you want to share, because what we'll do is, I want you people to help, help you people to even develop your speaking skills. So what we'll have is we will every time in last 5 minutes time, we will ask two students to share the closing remarks. Closing remarks means what did we do during the class. So what is take home from today's lecture? Fine. So if you can, anybody two any two-person can unmute mic and speak. This is a speaking skill development. What we call it idea. So I want you people to unmute your mic and speak. Any two students. If nobody comes, I'll have victim shopping. That means I will choose. It's better that you people find out and you tell me. Anurag, can you?
Hello.
Yes, Anurag, please.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So I don't know about today's lecture, but I will be looking forward for the upcoming 10 lectures and the two post and pre-test.
Okay. Could you not attend the entire class?
I was disconnected in between.
Okay, fine, fine. Great. But I'm also equally excited to, connect with you people, right?
Yes, sir, it would be nice.
Yes. Anurag, can you nominate one of your friends?
They can choose themselves.
Anybody, if you feel that.
Uh, I can't choose them, sir. Let
Fine.
them choose themselves.
Okay, okay, fine. Understand, understand. See, I started my journey in Marwari. My first lecture was in mechanical engineering, the first batch. Since then, I know that this is the sole friendship. So students will not go for it. Harsh, Kuldeep, Smith, right? If you can speak, it's no force by choice. If you were to speak, right? We have got more sessions to come. There's no problem about it. About it.
Yes, sir.
Please, Smith.
Sir, sir, firstly, you told that what are we gonna do for 10 and 12 hours, single hours lectures every Thursday,
Right,
and how to upgrade our skills in writing and speaking.
right.
So then afterward, slowly you explain how to different levels of English that higher intermediate I want to learn. That I understand.
Okay, great, great. Thank you, Smith. Fine. So let us call it for a day, right? So have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. See you soon, right, on the next Thursday at 9 o'clock. And we'll have before that we'll complete the pre-test, right? So see you on the next Thursday, 9 o'clock, right? Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you all.